You are now listening to Shattercast Uncut. Prepare to be shattered with your hosts, Matt Baldwin, Skullface, Greg for Mercy, Oscar NJ Boy, T2RX6, Mega 81. Welcome to Shattercast.
This is Shattercast Uncut, special breaking news. Raise your American, go eat your McDonald's.
And hello everyone and welcome to a special edition of Shattercast Uncut with a breaking news segment. Oh my god, the controversy regarding Warbotron and all of its nonsense around it. Everyone here joining me tonight, sadly we're short one member. He is busy working, our favorite buddy Skullface. But joining me tonight is, of course, I'm not going to do the regular intros like always, guys. We're going to try to knock this out of the park. Is going to be joining us tonight is going to be T2RX6 Justin, Mega 81 Antoine, and of course Deluxe Mr. Matthew, and then of course my favorite snuggle buddy Greg for Mercy. We're all on the panel tonight. Say hello, fellas.
Hi.
All right.
I'm driving a big boy car.
He's in a real car, America. So, so who wants to go ahead and take the helmet to explain the situation regarding Warbotron and the new villain of the internet for this week? Because Justin, you've been outranked. I'm sorry, buddy. Big Bad Toy Store.
So basically, what I understand is going on here is that's a bulky puppy. What I understand what's going on is there's this awesome fucking huge combiner that everyone has to have, Warbotron. And, everybody's psyched. So everybody get their pre-orders in at their favorite retailer, be it Toy Dojo or TF Source or Big Bad Toy Store or whatnot. Well, people who order from Big Bad Toy Stores got their order filled Thursday and Friday. They got their toys. Us guys at TF Source didn't get shit. Come to find out, apparently this thing is an exclusive, but not really, to Big Bad Toy Store. It's not an exclusive, they just got all of the first production run for 90 days. So people are pissed. I was a little skeptical at first when they tried to make our favorite little one-man operation, WK Toys, buy almost 200 fucking of each unit just to carry it. And that seemed kind of sketchy. But, I'll tell my opinions as the news is revealed here. So, what do we got first, Oscar?
Well, first, we have is an actual statement from BBTS as well as one from TF Source. And then my favorite, from ages 3 and up. An established, I believe they are located in Canada, retailer, if I'm right on that one, fellas. I never dealt with them before.
Yeah.
So they went ahead and they released a statement giving their views on the matter regarding Warbotron. Oh, come on, there we go. Regarding the Warbotron cancellation, if everyone's ready, I am going to try to read through this very quick. So this is from ages 3 and up, Robots and Collectibles on their website. And it's on their blog entitled Warbotron Cancellation. We would like to thank all of our loyal customers and fans who have pre-ordered Warbotron products for the latest combiner release, but are sad to say that after much consideration we have decided to cancel our orders with them. In turn, this unfortunately means that anyone who has pre-ordered Warbotron through ages3andup.com will have these products removed from their orders. For their inconvenience this has caused, we would like to provide a 15% discount coupon for those who have pre-ordered to use on future purchases with us. And then you have another paragraph entitled, Why Have We Done This? We regret that along with our other retailers, we were misled by Warbotron surrounding the details of this release and in turn have misinformed our customers. We were solicited months before and were very clear details on a March release date. After having orders confirmed several months ago, not only have we been part of a group of retailers who has promoted and taken pre-orders in the name of our customers, but also emailing regularly for status updates since then. It frustrates us to report that not only has Warbotron's communications been non-existent, but when they finally responded to us group of retailers, we were told a larger retailer had already received their products and they would have a 90-day monopoly in the United States and Canada before we or any other retailers could sell or receive any of the shipments. And yes, 90-day monopoly was the exact wording they used. Exclusive products in our industry are not uncommon and are a great way for companies to work with manufacturers to produce interesting things that otherwise may not see the light of day. But, excuse me. But when true exclusives are produced, these terms are not made 100% clear to the consumers when purchases are made, but also made clear to the retailer if that exclusive is ever to be sold outside of one retailer. However, when a product is solicited, retail orders are taken and customers have pre-ordered before exclusively is announced. Then we consider this to be an unbalanced competition, creating a monopoly after the market demand has been assessed, and great business practice all over. Some would argue that a monopoly in the first place is not great for consumers. However, in this industry, exclusives are enjoyed by many competitors, and it really isn't an issue if it's handled properly, and price adjustments are made in bad faith towards the consumers. The main issue behind this whole thing, we feel, is that if we are allowed to set a precedence now, then dishonest communication and false exceptions will be set by others. When that starts, it will soon become a slippery slope. We believe in a healthy competition with other retailers and transparent communication with our customers about product expectations. Without that, consumer confidence in our entire industry goes down and it affects every single retailer negatively.
That's insane.
Fuck you, Greg. So, basically, they end the letter with, we apologize again for any inconvenience that has caused and we will continue to work hard to ensure this sort of things does not happen again in the near future. Boris Cho, ages 3 and up.
That sounds like a little butthurt. Right
Yeah, that is extremely butthurt and I don't fucking blame them. That's the bottom line. I do not fucking blame them at all for being upset with this. And this is basically what, okay, of course, WK Toys had to order an absurd amount of each of these figures in order for them to carry it. And ages 3 and up is a pretty established store. They've had their own basic, they've had their own, I forgot the word I'm looking for, but they're cemented as an established online retailer when it comes to Transformers and other collectibles.
Yeah.
Now, the whole ordeal is the people who held this 3-month this 90-day monopoly or 3-month monopoly, whatever you want to call it, that store is, of course, Big Bad Toy Store. Now, everyone has been coming down hard on Warbotron. Our own Skullface admitted that he left them a nasty little message, in which I wish I actually could lay there and unstably read to you guys, but why bother with that? So, what are your guys' thoughts on ages 3 and up's thoughts on the subject matter?
Hey, who's playing with Leo Ducks?
Nobody.
I hear a Ratchet. That sounds like an MMC fucking combiner.
You heard things?
I mean, the MMC combiner is available at every retailer, not just one?
Yeah, the MMC, that company that's probably going to put out a Bruticus just to fuck Warbotron right up the ass? You mean that MMC? Yeah.
I don't think it is, man. I think this Warbotron's going to be pretty cool, but, I mean, it does suck for the small retailers, but, it happens a lot, in business. This is a business world, and they're out to make money, and BBTS, saw a light, and they went for it, and...
so they claim, they saw a light. They claim that, well, we'll read BBTS's statement in a second. But you have other stores just as reputable as BBTS, like TF Source. The difference between TF Source and BBTS is TF Source sells only Transformers merchandise, while BBTS sells everything else. But if you notice, sometimes BBTS has absurd prices because they know some of their hottest shit selling are Transformer products.
Yeah. I think that I would blame more on Warbotron for not putting out the information to the smaller retailers and just going with BBTS and not telling them. I wouldn't blame BBTS for that. I would just blame Warbotron for not kind of being shady about that.
Isn't this the same shit that caused Mach 5 to scrap fucking Gauntlet in the first place, though? Was basically BBTS wanted it to be their exclusive and nothing else. No one else can carry it.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Isn't this the same nonsense, except this time, the company's not backing out and not making the figure. It's made, and now this is what would have happened with Mach 5.
They're already ready.
So, and of course, our very own Greg Sullivan, you had a pre-order with TF Source, is that correct?
I did. I actually, because you know how I operate. I mean, typically if I buy something, I sell something.
Right.
So I was like, you know what, I'm going to get this fucking figure. I sold something. I was selling it anyway, but I took that money and I sent it to TF Source. Because I like being able to prepay for my pre-orders when it's something I know I'm going to want. That way I get it. There's no bullshit, right?
Right.
Well, and so I'm like, cool, okay, everybody's getting theirs. I'll get mine on Monday. Alright, I'll get mine on Tuesday. And then this.
So they...
And the fact that I called TF Source and she didn't even know what was going on. That they had to find out from us. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, it's one of those things where it seems like retailers only got a notice if they emailed and asked about it. That's pretty fucking shady right there.
Yeah, that was Warbotron's fault right there.
I know people are blaming Big Bad Toy Store and whatever, but they knew what was going to happen. They knew what the deal was going to be, and they should have said something. And they did issue a statement, I guess, today via a fucking thread on TFW. Well, actually, real quick before I even say that, there was a guy who posted on the Botron War Facebook page last night, fucking handed them their ass. I don't know if you guys read it. I know I did. I think everybody read it.
I haven't read it.
Can I interrupt you something? Why would BBTS need to tell everybody that they're going to have all that stuff? I mean,
that they bought the entire first run?
Basically, yeah, they have to, dude.
Well, I would have thought. I don't think it's BBTS's responsibility. I think that's Warbotron's responsibility to say, "Hey, well, our whole first stock is taken. It's already been sold through. We're not going to be able to get it."
Warbotron. I mean, I think BBTS, they may be the culprit a little bit, but I think it's all Warbotron's fault. They should have put out the, hey, we're only going to sell this to BBTS for the first 90 days and all this shit. That's not their fault. They shouldn't have to tell.
Yeah, but a 90-day exclusivity is such a load of fucking horseshit when it comes to this type of nonsense. BBTS, when supposedly they say they were approached by Warbotron first, they're the first people that Warbotron came to, okay? They could have sat there and said, alright, well, we'll buy this many units. Okay, we want to get the upper hand. We'll buy more units than all the other guys. But they could have had an opportunity to do that. Instead, they sat there and said, okay, well, we want this, No one, and you can't sit there and tell me no one at Warbotron was too fucking stupid to not know the history that BBTS has with wanting to be the site that has everything. BBTS does not give a flying fuck about their customers. They will try to give you as much good, quote, customer service, unquote, as they can. But unless you're a fucking YouTube reviewer with 20,000 plus subscribers, you don't fucking matter to them in the long run. Cause in the end, it's those guys that they sponsor, and they sell them, these guys still pay for their shit, but at a fucking serious cut of the fucking original price tag. And then they review it just to help promote Big Bad Toy Story and everything on top of that. So I don't want to stand there. I don't want to hear you. And I shouldn't even say that. I understand you guys saying BBTS isn't a culprit. BBTS has done dirt so much in the past. So much in the past, it's not even funny. So please, try your best not to make them look like they're fucking innocent of this.
Yeah,
I don't disagree that they haven't done dirty things.
I don't either.
But on the other hand, I still think that this is a case that, and maybe there is an underlying thing that maybe BBTS said, well, you have the first thing done, we already paid, give it to us. But I think this is a case that really Warbotron should have made more units and just delayed everything, so every retailer got at least some, maybe a majority goes there.
Yeah,
but
I could have done that, yeah.
I still think that this is primarily the fault of, Warbotron. Now, they said, we can get to the BBTS thing later where they said they prepaid and all this crap. But, I don't think they're completely innocent and everything, but I do disagree that they don't care about customers and all that stuff. I'm sure that they care about that. So money drives
on small, minuscule levels, dude.
I'm a little salty with BBTS anyway with Transformers, because if you notice when the new, even the new Hasbro, they do the cases, right?
You're muffled, Greg. You are really muffled.
Muffled, man. You gotta speak to the speaker.
I am speaking to the speaker.
There we go.
Is that better?
Right,
Yeah, a lot
go.
better.
Yeah.
Don't use the speaker, use the microphone.
I'm using the microphone. But anyway, whatever. If you notice when they break up the cases and sell single figures, and there's a figure they know short packed and people are going to want, you notice all the other ones are store retail and that one's fucking $10 more.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Doesn't TF do that too, though?
I mean, that's just business. I mean, if they say a product that's hot, why would they not want to try to capitalize on it? I mean, you don't have to buy it.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't care. I'm just saying that's shady to begin with. I don't care who does it. Anyone that does it, that's shady. Yeah. People want to bitch about scalpers, and then they turn around, they're like, "Oh, I buy my shit from BBTS."
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm not
this retailer because I don't want to deal with scalpers.
I'm not saying TF Source is free of blame. I remember back when the Beast Hunter Shockwave Voyager was being released, and they had a pre-order up for them, $50 fucking for a fucking domestic version of that figure.
Oh, really?
It was, yeah, for Beast Hunter Shockwave. It was actually thanks to Greg, and because Greg communicated with this guy Anthony got with me, and that's how I got my hands on my Shockwave. Now, I'm not saying TF Source is free of guilt, but my experience with customer service on their end is it ended very positively at every angle. Whereas Justin could say the contrary about his experience with
absolutely could, yeah.
with TF Source. Just like I could sit there and say the contrary with you guys in your customer service experience with BBTS. Because basically my emails with Joel consisted of me saying, well, hey, and this was back when they had pre-orders for the Beast Hunters Prime and Predaking. I paid for my pre-order. The amount was deducted from my bank account. I never got a ship notification. It said in stock. And then I got an email saying there was a problem with your order. Blah, 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 blah was not shipped. But your account was charged. We'll be sure to issue you a refund at this time. By then, all the fucking figures were released in retail. So I sit there and said, yeah, I'll take the refund. This is bullshit. Why the fuck did I sit here? And yet everyone and their mother on YouTube has these figures but me. You understand? And this is just part of their fucking shady, underlying business practices. The guys were selling a Generations FOC Thundercracker for like $34 at one point, man. It's stupid.
Oh, yeah. That's all.
Yeah, nobody is innocent. And I'm not saying that. I was just thinking about something that pissed me off, and if I didn't get it out, then...
Of course.
Nobody's wrong in this. I mean, it's just...
Well, I kicked in the face and kicked my dog, so I didn't want that to happen.
So Greg, you received an email from TF Source, and basically it just consists of them saying, the events surrounding the item are unclear at this time. They'd like to apologize for any inconvenience of the 9-day exclusivity of the figure. They are aware they will be releasing an announcement of TF Source's stance on this item soon. In either event, they hope that the Warbotron figure is a welcome addition to your collection for years to come, blah, 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 blah.
No matter who I choose to buy it from.
Yeah.
So, they issued me that email about 30 minutes after they gave me a refund. So, they didn't even try to argue or fucking give me store credit or give me the plate. You know what I'm saying? But then, and then around the same time, I guess Big Bad Toy Store issued a statement. So if you want to go ahead and read that real quick, we'll compare the two.
That's a fucking lengthy ass statement.
Yeah, we don't have to read that one. I think everybody.
Well, we can hit parts of it. Maybe we should put these up on the screen, or whatever on the YouTube version of this. Maybe if we can do that.
If anything, I could always read the statement after we record this, and then I'll just upload the voice recording of me reading this.
Will you read it in your Mach 5 voice?
No, maybe.
That's a long ass
statement, dude.
Yeah, it's a long email.
But
maybe Bobby can help you read it. It's fucking African voice.
I think just post the statements in the description so anyone on YouTube can
yeah, we'll just
follow along. Or even if you post it on Podomatic and you put it on the description, you can just if you're on an iPod and stuff, just kind of scroll up and down and read it. So
yep, so you'll get it from there.
But Greg, that's probably the reason why TF Source didn't really make a emphasis to say anything or do anything with you, because they're probably getting so many emails now that they're just like they don't there's too much stuff going on.
I want one of you guys to send me a link to that thread on TFW, because I would like to comment on that thread.
Okay, yeah, I think didn't Bobby post it?
I think so.
No, Antoine did.
Oh, okay.
Hunt it down for me, brother.
Right.
With your sensual love-making voice.
But I've spoken with TF Source on the phone about this figure a few times. Because I talked to him before because I just call him. I don't fucking email and mess around. I just fucking call him. I got the phone number in my phone. I like having people to talk to every once in a while when I'm depressed. You know, I just call her.
So I call, when I'm down, I call, TF Source. I love him. Marge Simpson's so nice to me.
Like, she gets ship notifications and invoices and tells me when things are coming in so I can plan my orders. Because she knows I pay up front. And, they appreciate that. And, I called her and asked her, like, way last week before I because I made my pre-order at the last minute, because, I was a little unsure about it. And, she told me, she was like, yeah, we should be getting it, we're just waiting for something from them. Like, they didn't even know yesterday that Big Bad Toy Store had gotten them, apparently, until they heard it from us, from the people. They hadn't heard anything from, Botron War. What's their name? Botron War? Is that it? And then Botron War. Yeah, that's fucking unoriginal. But anyway, whatever.
I said that would be on them, not TF Source and BBTS. That would be on the company that's making it, which is really fucked up. I mean,
and that's where this fucking internet anarchy's coming from. I mean, what people fucking were reporting their Facebook page and got it shut down, and as like a fucking fake account to sell merchandise as a whatever, and as a scam and all this shit, and like people are fucking went off on the message boards, and I mean, it's a big deal. Because this was like the anticipated fucking figure. This was going to be the game changer, and it still might be the game changer.
Hey, have they put out a response to this?
Mach 5 and E's on their Facebook page.
I don't talk that shit. I don't even know where their Facebook page is, to be honest with you.
It's gone, apparently. They said that the issue was they didn't have enough because they didn't know this many people would want the figure.
Oh, that's bullshit right there. Come on now. I'm sure they did go on, I'm sure they went onto the TF boards and all that stuff and saw how many responses were for this figure. Especially when they showed the orange pics and everything and saying how massive it is. They knew damn well that this thing was going to sell a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's bullshit on their part. We didn't know. Yeah, what the fuck ever. You know the business. You know what kind of business this is, and you got a bunch of nerds, wanting shit like that already. I mean, we went ape shit on the fucking, the 2-piece from Fans Project, right?
Yeah.
Imagine 5 new pieces from that. Come on, that's bullshit.
My issue with my main gripe with what Big Bad Toy Store said was the part where they said that they explained that they were approached first. They really wanted to carry this figure. They knew it was going to be a hit. They paid them up front, which they never do, just to make sure they had enough money to work with, right? And that they were bought pretty much they knew they were buying the first production run, right?
Right.
But it's not an exclusive or anything. We didn't pay for exclusive rights, just like Toys R Us pays Hasbro Takara for exclusive rights. It wasn't anything like that.
So the 90-day thing was, so that means like the next two, because BBTS already put the next two figures as late April, maybe early May. So does that mean that there's a new 90 days that goes by that the other people would not get it?
I'm assuming so.
So you're talking about September, around September before you get the next 2 pieces.
Before
almost, or August. If you get them from TF Source. God dang. That's hardcore, man. That's fucked up. I'm still gonna get it though. I know I'm talking shit about it, but I'm still gonna get the figure. Justin's already got his, And
we lost Greg apparently.
Yeah, the review will be going up sometime later on tonight.
Yeah,
it's rendering right now. So.
I know a lot of people are griping, but I guarantee those people bitching were the ones that just went over and canceled their ship from TF Source and went to BBTS and probably bought theirs.
One of the things I wanted to point out where they said that they had no idea how much the fans were gonna want it and all that stuff, like, that is definitely bullcrap, because I'm pretty sure every retailer is trying to keep in contact with them to tell how many pre-orders, because obviously want to try to fulfill them all.
Right,
So they have to know that type of information.
Oh, yeah.
And if they don't, then shame on them, because that's some bad communication. And this is, I think ages 3 and up said it, that that they have not had good communication with this company and everything like that, and that's really bad because, you know, these are your guys that are trying to sell it, and if you're not going to talk to them, then of course you're not going to know how many people you're trying to please. And yeah, I don't know. I think, I think, you know, maybe BBTS has had a hand in on it, but I also think that, you know, this could have been handled by Warbotron or Warbo or whatever the hell their name is. I think that could have been handled by way better.
Yeah. I mean, even WK even said that he was trying to get into Botron War the day it went up, and for like 2 to 3 months, you didn't hear anything from him until now.
Well, that's fucking shady on their part.
Is he the one who was told that the only way he could get in is to buy 200 units or whatever of it?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so that's like, you know, that right there, like, they know how much they're trying to sell, and, you know, they're trying to push around the retailers too, to an extent, and I feel like, you know, like I said, BBTS probably isn't clear of it, but BBTS probably also has the most money to spend on these types of things, you know?
Yeah.
And the people that made this thing, they knew what this was going to be. That's going to be a game changer for the Transformers.
Absolutely, they did.
Combiners. I mean, come on. I mean, they're fans of Transformers, and they're making this shit, and they're like, I don't think this shit's going to sell. I don't know why we're making it. Yeah, you do. Exactly. Yeah, you fucking do know. You know exactly why you're making it, because you gave every nerd a fucking hard on. And, you know.
Well, hopefully we can sell the set, and that way we'll have enough money in the bank to make our. Oh, I don't know what no one gives a fuck about.
Those
yeah, whatever.
Bluster and Trench, you know.
Yeah, Wheelie, Masterpiece Wheelie.
Microman.
I want a Wheelie, goddammit. I would love that.
I would love a Masterpiece Wheelie. He'd ride Grimlock too.
Hell yeah, he would. That's American.
Where? Yeah. I mean, anybody else got anything else to say? I mean, I think we've gone over mostly what.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm saying, fuck Southeast Asia. I want my goddamn toy first. I don't give a fuck if they have it or not.
Oh, we worked so hard to make it. We deserve. We're right to pray.
And they can put their own together.
Stupid Reds Armstrong. It's American.
How many y'all actually getting?
I'm not getting it. I could care less about it, man. I just think I think it's shady tactics on both ends, to be honest with you, after today's discussion. I think BBTS and Warbotron have to share the fucking blame.
Yeah.
I'm saying, but I'm saying, like, before all of this, was you gonna get it anyway?
I already had it pre-ordered, yeah. And I know Justin did, and Bobby definitely did. And I think, Greg, you just put yours in, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I was on the fence. I was going to wait and see what it was like when everybody else got theirs. I mean, I paid for mine, and I'll probably get AirBurst just to look at it, just to see, because I know I can sell it if I don't like it.
Oscar, I don't think you never said you was going to get it anyways.
No, I could care less about it. I think it's a fucking, especially now, I think it's a toy that's going to have this nasty stigmata attached to it.
You know what? When this whole stuff broke, mine was already in my pile of loot, and I'd already hit ship, so it was already on me, or on its way to me. But if this had broke out like last week, right before it came in, I most definitely would have probably canceled my pre-order on it, just to, you know, like, not support the business decisions. Even though BBTS is my retailer of choice, and I would be getting it, like, I don't like that. What they did, because it's not fair.
Shady business
to everyone
tactics.
Else. Yeah, you know,
that's all it is.
Another thing is that sucks for, you know, what me and Justin know, that is, now we have this. Do we just want one figure? It's like, no, now we have to get everything. So it's kind of shady on that also. Like, you know, I'm getting this piece. I don't want to just stop. I want to get every piece, because, you know, what's the point of having just one fucking, like, a shuttle? I mean, I'm sure it's a great toy by itself, but you bought this for Bruticus.
Well, the best thing that BBTS said to me is by putting money down on sets B through D or whatever, you know, at least I know that the other ones are going to be made, and that's the only thing that, like, when this whole news broke, I'm like, oh crap, if nobody goes after this and it fails, am I going to have one limb and nothing else, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that would suck. Oh
well, I don't know, I'll probably get the one and look at it, and if I like it, then I'll just wait for everybody else to get it. Because I think after this, I mean, they can't do this with the next pieces. They have to release them all to everybody. After the
No, if
bullshit.
they do this again, you're gonna severely
Oh yeah, you're done.
irritate people.
Yeah, that would definitely.
And they said something else in their fucking broken Mach 5 English. I couldn't understand what they were talking about in one of their statements about they were going to include like some extra something with with some toys, but they didn't really come across.
Yeah.
with
It sounded like the next releases are gonna get something else special because it's a delayed release or something.
You're probably gonna get another shitty comic
A cash
about
out.
Dragon Balls or something stupid like that.
You'll get SARS and you'll get fucking framed for murder.
Hey, you wake up with Godzilla outside your house going, "Oh, I come to corrupt your town. I'm Godzilla."
You know what you're gonna get? You're gonna get that Minicon comic.
Yeah.
Yay!
You're gonna get a free Generations Minicon set.
I was about to say that. You're just going to get the
We're inside each other's head, Greg. It's so sexy. So on that note, we've made our decisions. We made our judgments, calls on this and all that stuff. So for this special news break, I'm Oscar Alonso, and for my constituents joining me.
Wait, before we go, everyone who's listening, please comment and chime in on this. We want to hear what you have to think.
Oh yeah,
about it too. So,
we'd love to hear your
us up on
thoughts.
Facebook.
Are ages 3 and up wrong for their what looks to be an attempted assassination on a character or Warbotron, or is BBTS really the low life fucking level company that if they're not too busy pulling shady under the table deals with crappy third party companies, they're busy selling broken Unimetal Optimus Primes? I mean, it's your decision. Or is TF Source really too busy threatening to delete your account because you want to cancel a pre-order? You make the call for Greg, Matthew, Antoine, and T2RX6. I'm Oscar Alonso telling you, take care of yourselves and each other. Stay black, everybody.
Shadow.